Tell me about it, James. How cold is it?
Well, Tom, it's pretty cold, and it's a balmy 13 right now, which is why I don't have a hat on. Tomorrow, we're going to -4 with a feel of -30. That might be the first time I throw on a hat in my 9 years at NFL Network, reporting a lot of the games here at a cold Arrowhead Stadium. And the wind, which I don't know if you guys can kind of hear it. We got tremendous audio equipment here, so you may not hear the wind, but 30-mile-an-hour gusts kind of today and tomorrow. And I'm being told that's kind of the biggest part of all of this is that gripping wind through here. Now, nobody will say it publicly, but the Chiefs do believe because of this weather, they have an advantage. They practiced outside this week. They would have done it every day, except the first day they wanted to practice on Tuesday. There was still too much snow here in Kansas City, guys, but Andy Reid had them out there on Wednesday and Thursday. Now, all the Dolphins players, some of them obviously have experienced cold weather. This is pretty cool. This game, if it gets to -4, will be the 4th coldest game in the history of the NFL, replacing the 2008 NFC Championship game at Lambeau Field between the Packers and the Giants. Remember, that's the one where Tom Coughlin's face was like freezing off? Well, All-Pro fullback Alec Ingold was at that game, he told me, as a fan. He said he was all layered up in the bleachers at Lambeau Field, and he said, if I can get through that game as a fan, he told me, I can move around and get through this game as a player.
It is going to be possibly record cold for the Arrowhead record books as we get into the game on Saturday. Kickoff temperatures are near 5 to 6 degrees, which puts us in 3rd place here. In fact, the most recent is actually one of the coldest games ever. December 18th, 2016, it was 1 degree outside. There was literally steam coming off the field because they have heated the bottom of the field up. Last year, we played the Seahawks. It was very cold, but it was only 15 degrees at kickoff, and so that was nowhere near the top 5 here. The temperature itself will be cold, of course, but the wind chills by the end of the game may be near -15 degrees.
Beneath the pipes right now is set at 60 degrees, which keeps the surface today sometimes, Greg, between 40 and 50 degrees, well above the freezing point, so this turf will never be frozen.
You are part of the team that had I think the win in the coldest game in Dolphins history, which was 08 in Kansas City.
08 Kansas City. I think it was like 12 degrees, but wind chill factor was like 3 or something crazy like that. We ended up beating them. They had Tyler Thigpen at quarterback. They were terrible. But yeah, man, it's miserable. Like it was coaches telling us to not be around the space heater because the whole team was piled up around the heaters. And we could, coach, you can kiss our butt. I'm about to be over here by this heater if I'm off the field.
Did you do no sleeves like the tough guys do?
It's the story I tell about Joey Porter, where Porter did this whole monologue where he walks in and hey, man, if y'all want to be bitches, be bitches. Boom, 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 boom. And he's going out to pregame warm-ups because he used to go out there with just a cutoff shirt on. So his whole speech was like, hey, do your normal routine. Don't show no weakness. We're men. We're Dolphins. We're rough. Man, that bastard was back inside in 15 seconds. He put a big ass sweater on. He was like, yeah, see, it's cold out there. I said, I told you it was cold out there with your goofy ass. Why you out there?
He played the game in an Argyle sweater.
He had a parka on coming off the edge. Joey tried the tough man thing. But, bro, 5 degrees is stupid cold. You're talking about -30? There's no way. There is no way.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, because they were saying yesterday, who said that he was going to play with
Christian Wilkins earlier in the week said no sleeves for him, and then Zach Sealer said same thing yesterday.
And then Tua said the temperature, I'm not doing anything different. I'm not wearing gloves. It's just a state of mind. And I'm like, bro, it ain't a state of mind. And you get that cold, you can pretend all you want it's warm. Like you're not gonna feel your digits at that temperature.
We're gonna do the frozen pants. This is just straight up filled with water. So we're gonna leave these hanging over the old side here, and we'll see how long it takes for that to freeze.
So let's check in now with Wes Peary. Wes, what's going on?
All right, we got the pants. I had these pants soaking in water 10 minutes ago, and what do you think? Do you think they're frozen? Of course they're frozen. Look at these pants. This is ridiculous. Listen, we're spending 99.9% of our time inside, and we just come outside randomly to do some goofy experiments. So yeah, Here you go.
That sounds like sheet metal.
I know. A little careful. You're going to
How do they
break
look?
your
How do they look
hand.
on me? Are they good?
It's too much starch is what that is. That's too much starch in your jeans.
I told them white starch, man, but they really just came back and they're ridiculous.
How long did that take?
This is like 10 minutes. This is like
Goodness.
10 minutes, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Wes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, back to you.
Get
Yeah.
inside.
Supposed to be cold, single digits, maybe even close to zero Saturday night. I can't wait for that one either.
Yeah, the last time I checked the forecast, the high was 0.
Damn.
So, man, I mean, I saw that ticket prices drop to like the $50 range because nobody wants to go to that game.
Man, sign me up. Give me a ticket for that. I'll go to Arrowhead right now.
Kansas City, I'm gonna look up what the temperature is right now. I'm curious what they're forecasted.
Bundle up, eat
A
some
high of
edibles,
3, a low of -6.
drink a lot of beer.
Chiefs are allowing fans to bring in cardboard to the game on Saturday to help keep them warm. But why is cardboard a good idea to keep you warm? No one wears a cardboard jacket. It's because cardboard is made of air and wood, both bad conductors of heat. So please, stand on cardboard. It will keep you warmer during the Chiefs game.
Yeah, Kimmy, I am not a good weatherman, but it's supposed to be 8 degrees with a -5 degrees feels like temperature. I know that's cool for you, Kimmy.
like
You're
it.
used to being in Kansas City. For people like me in Florida, that is cold as heck. And I'll tell you what, we talked to a couple Dolphins players today. They said the right things. Christian Wilkins said, hey, I'm going to wear no sleeves. You know, you hear Teron Armstead saying people make a big deal about the cold weather. It's not as big of a deal. These guys are bigger than me, maybe by 100 pounds, but I don't buy it. I think the cold weather is going to be a factor. David Long said when you have cold weather, people don't like to be hit. They don't want to hit. And so for the Dolphins, I think a key thing for them is going to be getting that run game going. We're going to talk a lot about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but a big part of their offense success has been getting Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane going. This past week against Buffalo, they ran for 100 yards in the first half. The ball was moving really well. In the second half, they had just 8 rushing yards. And so I think you'll see Mike McDaniel try to lean on that run game, try to shorten the clock, especially with all the injuries that are piling up on the defensive side of the ball. You don't want to expose them for a lot of snaps. And so they hope that they can get out there and keep warm in that Kansas City weather.
It's been a very different season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Later in the year, Travis Kelce was telling teammates, you know, it's not like years past where we were putting up a bunch of points on the board. We're going to have to find ways to grind games out and win ways differently. Patrick Mahomes, speaking to the media this week, said we have to acknowledge that we have an elite defense. Remember, this defense is second in the NFL in points allowed, second in total defense, second in sacks. He said we have to be smart. We're going to try to score points, but we have to know what we have on the other side of the ball. Now, speaking to coaches on this staff, they do believe they want to remain aggressive. They believe they can have explosive plays running the football, and we know running the football extremely important in the conditions this game is going to be played in. But it's a fascinating thought process when you're going against a Miami team that is #1 in the NFL and scoring #1 offense in the NFL and is getting, or expected to get, Raheem Mostert and Jalen Waddle back as a part of this offense to go along with Tyreek Hill playing his first game back at Arrowhead. But it is where the Chiefs stand right now, and it might be not just with the conditions they're playing in with this game, but their philosophy throughout the postseason.
Keep fighting as it's so cold. Yeah!